Do you know the story of the Ouija board? Did you know that science has an explanation for its mysterious workings? And that the movie The Exorcist, which tells the story of a girl possessed after playing with a Ouija board, is based on a true story? For over 100 years, this enigmatic board has been a source of both fascination and fear. Some see it as a harmless game, while others consider it a dangerous tool capable of opening doors to the unknown. But what is the truth behind all of this? Today we are going to explore the history of the Ouija board, discover how and why it works, analyze real cases of crimes related to its use, and learn what science has to say about this phenomenon. So get ready, because this journey will take us to the edge of superstition, psychology, and the unexplained. What is the Ouija board, and how do you play it? The Ouija board is a board with letters, numbers, and words like yes, no, and goodbye, used with a pointer or planchette. Participants lightly place their fingers on the pointer and ask questions, hoping that a spirit will answer by moving it. For those who believe in its power, if the session is not closed properly by saying goodbye, the board can be left open, allowing unknown entities to remain in the world of the living. This has fueled countless stories of paranormal phenomena and demonic possessions. The origin of the Ouija board. Although there are myths linking the Ouija board to ancient Egypt or the Middle Ages, it was actually invented in the 19th century, at the height of the spiritualism craze. Spiritualism became popular from 1848 onwards, with the case of the Fox sisters, who claimed to communicate with the dead by rapping on a table. Soon, thousands of people began holding seances all over the world. In this context, the idea arose to create a talking board that would make communication with spirits faster and easier. The first commercial board appeared in 1890, when the Kennard Novelty Company patented the Ouija as a toy. But the most unsettling thing is how they got the patent. The mysterious origin of the name, Ouija. There are several theories about the origin of the name Ouija. Some believe that it comes from the combination of the words oui, yes in French, and ja, yes in German. However, according to the official story of its creators, the word Ouija came about during a séance when the board spelled out its own name. When asked what it meant, the pointer moved to form the words good luck. But the strangest thing is how they got the patent. At the patent office, an official demanded proof that the board actually worked. So, the creators asked the spirit to spell the official's name, a piece of information that supposedly no one in the room knew. To everyone's surprise, the Ouija board got it right. And so, in 1891, the patent was granted, with the official completely terrified by what he had just witnessed. The Ouija board and real crimes. Over the years, the Ouija board has been linked to numerous murder cases where participants claim to have received instructions from beyond the grave. One of the most shocking cases occurred in 1930 in Buffalo, New York. A woman named Nancy Bowen, a Native American woman from the Seneca tribe, received a message from her deceased husband through the Ouija board. In the session, the spirit revealed to her that her husband had been murdered by a witch named Clotilde Marchand. Convinced that she had to avenge her husband's death, Nancy tracked down Clotilde and brutally murdered her with a hammer. The case took an even stranger turn when it was discovered that the Ouija board session had been manipulated by a woman named Lila Jimmerson, who was having an affair with the victim's husband. The murder, sparked by a love triangle and a Ouija board session, shocked the nation and fueled the idea that the board could lead to real tragedies. The Exorcist and the Ouija board, the real case behind the movie. The sinister reputation of the Ouija board was cemented with the release of The Exorcist in 1973. The film was based on a real case that occurred in 1949, in which a 14-year-old boy named Rolando was allegedly possessed after playing with a Ouija board. According to reports, the boy began to experience paranormal phenomena, speaking in Latin without having learned it, and exhibiting superhuman strength. A team of priests performed more than 20 exorcisms, during which they claimed to have seen objects levitate, messages written on the boy's skin, and demonic voices. Decades later, it was discovered that Rolando's real name was Ronald Edwin Hunkeler, who in his adult life worked as an engineer at NASA and participated in the development of the space shuttles. Although he himself denied ever being possessed, the mystery of his case remains unsolved. Why does the Ouija board work? The scientific explanation. Scientists have studied the Ouija board and have come to a clear conclusion. It's not a paranormal phenomenon but a trick of the human mind. The secret behind how it works is called the ideomotor effect, a phenomenon in which our brain sends commands to our muscles unconsciously, causing us to move the pointer without realizing it. In scientific experiments, when the participants in a Ouija board session were blindfolded, the pointer stopped forming meaningful words and moved randomly. Additionally, the phenomenon of confirmation bias causes us to interpret the movements of the pointer as signs from spirits, especially if we already believe in the paranormal. Conclusion: game, hoax, or gateway to the afterlife? The Ouija board remains an enigma that arouses both passion and fear in equal measure. For science, it is just a psychological effect. For believers, it is a tool for contacting the afterlife. For popular culture, it is a symbol of terror that has starred in countless stories of possessions and tragedies. But there is something undeniable. The human mind is capable of making us believe in the impossible. And sometimes, the line between reality and fantasy becomes blurred. Now the question is, what do you think? Do you think the Ouija board is just a psychological game, or can it really open doors to the unknown? Leave us your opinion in the comments, and if you liked this video, subscribe for more unsettling stories. See you in the next episode. Now the question is, what do you think? Do you think the Ouija board is just a psychological game, or can it really open doors to the unknown? Leave us your opinion in the comments, and if you liked this video, subscribe for more unsettling stories. See you in the next episode.